Yo, let's go, and welcome to the video. I'm going to cover the reputations in Phase 1 of Cata Classic, and which ones we will be benefiting from the most, the ones that I'm going to be going for first, all that sort of stuff. Let's get on into it. Starting off with the Guardians of Hyjal. At Honored, we can get a 3/3/3 eye-level cloak, which is going to help us get into heroics through the random dungeon finder, since there's a minimum eye-level requirement. 329, so any 3/3/3 eye level piece is something to look out for. And then at Revered, we get our Helm enchant, the Arcanum of Hyjal, and we'll be using this throughout all of Cata. I plan on going to Hyjal pretty quickly, and after you've done every single quest in the zone, you should be Revered, and it should only take a couple hours to do so. After clearing Hyjal, I'd imagine I'd just be slightly over level 82, so wouldn't be able to use the cloak, but could go ahead and pick up the cloak for once we ding level 83. The Earthen Ring rep you can get from two places, Vashir and Deepholm. And at Honored, we can have a 3/3/3 eye level neck. And then at Revered, there's two 3/4/6 items, being the legs and another cloak. I don't plan on going to Vashir strictly to get rep, but after I've done Deepholm and see where my reputation is at, I might then go back to Vashir once I've hit 85 to do enough quests in the zone to get to Revered for those legs and cloak. Therazane rep is also in Deepholm, and at Honored, you can get the lesser version of the shoulder enchant, which is pretty equivalent to the Sons of Hodir enchant for shoulders. And then looking ahead at the exalted version of the shoulder enchant, it's 20 extra intellect, 5 extra haste. Not a huge upgrade, so getting to exalted is going to be great, but that's also tied behind doing a lot of daily quests for about a week. So as long as I get to Revered with Therazane as quickly as I can to get the 3/4/6 ring, then I'll kind of coast until I get exalted through the dailies. Ramkahen is the Oldham rep, and as you can see here, not many items that would benefit us other than a 3/3/3 ring, which there's a couple other options for that eye level worth of ring. I don't really plan on going to Oldham that much. I prefer to just skip that zone. There's something about it. There's too many cutscenes. It's cool if you like to RP a little bit, but this will be the last zone that I go back to do lore master or get any sort of reputation stuff. Dragonmaw clan is in Twilight Highlands, and this has a really nice 359 belt at Exalted, but it's also tied behind some daily quests to get to Exalted, unless you're using the Tabbard while you're doing dungeons. So as far as Tabbards go to get rep, this will be the one that I will be using to get Exalted through using a Tabbard first, and then probably Therazane to get that best shoulder enchant. But before we even get to Exalted, we have a 3/3/3 leather shoulder that we can pick up at level 83, which will probably be past 83 by the time you're going to Twilight Highlands, more like 84. Should be able to just go to the Quartermaster as soon as you hit Honored to pick these up. And then at Revered, a 3/4/6 ring. So really awesome loot from the Dragonmaw clan. And then the last rep is from Tabbard, the new PvP zone. And for Horde, it's Hellscream's Reach. At Revered, we get a nice main hand mace. There's also a staff that I forgot to put on here, but it's a 3/4/6 eye level staff. And I kind of like getting staffs over main hand offhand because it's easier to just get one staff that's 3/4/6 as opposed to getting a main hand offhand that are both 3/4/6. But whichever you prefer, you'll have an option of a main hand or a staff once you get to Revered. And then at Exalted, there's a really nice trinket. As balanced druids, we want to have proc trinkets. We don't really want to have on-use trinkets. And this one is giving a lot of hit rating and a really sizable spell power proc. So early on in Phase 1, Darkmoon Fair probably won't be opened for the first 2 or 3 weeks. So if you're looking for a pre-raid or first lockout trinket to tide you over until you can get the Volcano trinket, Stump of Time is looking pretty solid. So to sum it up, I'll be trying to get the Dragonmaw clan rep first. So as soon as I can get the rep to get the Tabbard and wear in dungeons, I'll be using it for that rep. After I'm exalted there, I'll switch to the Therazane Tabbard. After that, I would go Hyjal, then Earthen Ring, and lastly Ramkahen. There is no Tabbard for the Tabbard reputations. I'll still be trying to go to every single Tabbard that I can, doing all the dailies as possible to get that rep to Exalted as well. I hope this helps you figure out which reps you want to go for first. So good luck getting to Exalted ASAP.